All right, hello again, everybody. I just wanted to take a few minutes to tell you about our upcoming new book. It's due out in May, and we're super excited about it. During the summer of 2016, Eitan contacted me and offered the authorship of this book, which at the time I was incredibly flattered that they would consider me. I'd been writing blogs with Eitan since about 2012, so we had co-written several blogs. Well, by co-writing, I mean I write the blog and then Eitan reads it and then tells me exactly what he wants me to say. So for the most part, we agree, but every once in a while, he's kind of funny about his choice of words. So like he doesn't like training. You don't want to talk about horse training when you're talking about horses with Eitan. You always want to talk about educating. So you learn how to talk like Eitan and speak like Eitan and avoid certain words. So anyways, I was very flattered to be asked to co-write this book. Jessica had written the first one with Eitan and made that more of a history of cowboy dressage and what brought Eitan to this point in his career to explore cowboy dressage. And this particular book is, he wanted to do training. So he wanted to really get his thoughts about soft feel and kindness and the approach that he does to making the horses that he makes. And so it was a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to sit down and talk to Eitan, because a lot of times, being an artist, he doesn't always know how he goes about creating the things that he creates. So we spent a lot of time in his living room recreating what he does in the saddle and then trying to put it in words that people could understand. Because like all true artists, for Eitan, it just comes naturally. And the rest of us have to struggle and try and keep up with him to figure out what the heck is going on. So that's what this book is. It's me putting into words the magic that Eitan creates on horseback. So it goes over everything from why he selects the bits that he does, why there are certain requirements for tack in cowboy dressage. And there aren't a lot of requirements, but it just basically goes over the, why a snaffle bit and how a snaffle bit is used and why it's such a good tool, why the Boselle. So everything from that kind of information all the way through the intricacies of creating the maneuvers, how to ride bend, which is incredibly important to Eitan, and how to ride in harmony with your horse, create the balance and the lightness and the softness. It is illustrated with all of Eitan's own illustrations that he creates that if you follow him on Facebook, I'm sure you've seen. Several of them have already been shared on Facebook, but there's a bunch of new ones in there as well with more in-depth explanations for what the illustration is trying to convey. There's everything from the riding circles and how to use the court to the lateral maneuvers as well. There's a chapter on lateral maneuvers, including turn on the haunches and turn on the forehand, which I will tell you, we were making changes and adjustments to the turn on the haunches Sunday before I submitted the book to the publishers on Tuesday. So this was definitely a labor of love, and Eitan put every bit of his heart and soul into making sure that the information in this book is correct and it's in a form and a wording that he is comfortable with. And so though it is my words, it is very much his thoughts, and I just got to be the ghostwriter and the mouthpiece for it. So very pleased to have done that. Within the book, there are also several excerpts and pieces from my blogs that have appeared over the years. So there's good information on that stuff as well from a veterinary standpoint, and how to balance the horse and the muscles and anatomy and biomechanics and things like that are included in the book. There's also exercises in the back of the book, which I campaigned for very hard to get that in there because I know people really enjoy that. Eitan was loath to include those at first, but now that he has discovered the joy of writing those exercises, he's actually written a few more. So since the book came out, those will be on Facebook. And there's also a glossary of terms at the end. So it is a great book, and it's one that everyone who is interested in cowboy dressage is going to want to have in their library. It's not the end-all be-all because like Eitan, who is always learning, cowboy dressage is always changing and growing. So the publishers have titled it The Complete Guide to Cowboy Dressage, but as we all know, that changes all the time. So we all need to keep learning and keep reading and keep growing and keep trying for our horses, because that's what we're all supposed to do. So check out the book on Amazon where you can pre-order it, and please do. We get super excited about the pre-orders. And it's called Dressage, the Cowboy Way. And Eitan is listed as the author, and I'm the second author on there. So if you have any questions, hopefully they'll be able to reach me by phone. And that's it. Yeah, so go buy the book.